The ferocious firebug finds himself fighting a flaming forest. Today on Comicology. So, I know what you're thinking. How on earth does someone like the Human Torch, who's made entirely of flames, stop a forest fire? How does he start it, for that matter? You would think this is one situation in which you wouldn't want to fight fire with fire. Well, in this issue of Marvel Mystery Comics, that's pretty much exactly what happens. And it actually works out. So here's the plan. This crook here, Mr. Eye Patch, yes, seriously, his name is Mr. Eye Patch, wants to steal some special bomb plans from the Midtown Bank. But the place is locked down like a fortress, so he decides to distract the local law enforcement by starting a forest fire. Yeah, he's not one of the brightest foes to tackle the Human Torch. Man is not smart. Using a pair of literal torches, they start a blaze which quickly overtakes the forest. In response, all the local authorities mobilize in an effort to quell the flames. The Torch, who happens to be nearby, also gets involved. He arrives just in time to see a civilian trapped by the fire. He makes the rescue, but notices two man-made torches at the scene of the crime. At the same time, a police officer notifies him that the bank has been robbed. The Torch puts two and two together and heads down to the bank, where he finds some tellers locked in the vault. They are running out of air, but the Torch frees them easily by melting the vault open. The bank manager is grateful to be rescued and decides to fill the Torch in on what kind of a bomb had just been stolen. Just then, the two crooks outside set off the bomb, which isn't actually a bomb, but instead just a volley of missiles. Then, using his miraculous powers of being really hot, the Torch causes the missiles to explode in the air, which leaves Eye Patch wide open for an attack. The Torch pounces on their missile launcher, which is easily melted, effectively ending the threat. Meanwhile, the two crooks escape in a vehicle, but the Torch is in hot pursuit. You see what I did there? Eye Patch would have effectively made his escape if not for the Torch literally melting the road from underneath him and causing him to crash. This doesn't work out for the Torch, however, when a rogue stone smashes him in the head, knocking him out. Then Eye Patch decides to use a nearby tractor to run over the Torch and end him once and for all. This doesn't work, however, when the nearby forest fire, which is still blazing unattended, streaks across the field to rescue the Torch. Okay. So the fire in this issue is treated like a living, breathing thing, like it's Torch's cohort or something, and it streaks across the field to literally rescue the Torch. Eye Patch comes close to killing the Torch, but fails to overcome the forest fire and bails out at the last minute to make his escape. The Torch regains consciousness just in time to realize he's been saved by the living flame. Then he asks the flame to stop burning the forest, and it does. Then Eye Patch realizes he has no more aces up his sleeve, so he decides to just lunge at the Torch with a last effort to stop him. Obviously, this doesn't work because the Human Torch is a Human Torch, so Eye Patch is horribly burnt and is probably dead. Meanwhile, the Torch is lauded as a hero, except everyone remarks about how that forest fire they fought so hard to extinguish seemingly just went away on its own. Yeah, it's funny how that happens. So that was a good one. I was genuinely entertained, but something is bothering me. Throughout the whole middle of the story, the Torch just lets the fire burn. But it turns out he has the ability to just make it go away at any time. Why didn't he just do that at the beginning? Why did he let it cause so much destruction? It doesn't make any sense. Is the Human Torch a hypocrite? Either way, I actually take back what I said at the beginning of this video. The Human Torch is actually the perfect person to deal with a forest fire. He just shouts at it and it goes away. I love comic book logic. Yep. First he was in the Arctic, now he was in the forest. Probably the two worst places for the Torch to be. But all that's over now, and in the next issue he's going to head back to New York City so he can do some real good work. He's going to join up with the good guys. In the next issue, Human Torch becomes a cop with the NYPD. Come on, we both knew it was gonna happen eventually. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed reading this comic with me. If you want to read more, subscribe or don't. I don't really care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.